Hello, how are you? It's Shanda, and welcome to Shanda Says. I have a question for you. Have you ever gotten your ass beat? Now, I know that's a crazy question to just come out with, but I want to talk about a subject today on the vlog about whether or not you should hit your kids. Now, I don't think it's a topic I've ever discussed on Shonda Says or even maybe a little bit on Man and Wife, but lately I've been seeing a lot of stories of missing children, abused children, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, but did you see the story of those two lesbian women that beat this little baby to death? And it got me to thinking about what kind of parenting we are doing, and does beating your kids or hitting your kids, is it allowable? Now, I'm going to give you a little back end story. I am the middle child of 5 kids, so there's 2 over me, 2 under me. And my mother and my father were no joke. I am so old school in my way, in my thinking because of my parents. And I have to admit to you, I grew up with parents that didn't play around. Like, it took a look and that was it. Because I knew if I got at a place, I was getting checked for it. And my parents did not hesitate to beat us with a belt, with a shoe, with a switch. Whatever's close, that's what you're getting with. That's what you're getting hit with. So there was always accountability in our home. Now, would I say that my parents beat us for no reason, just because we did a small infraction? No. But if you didn't do good in school, you were being disrespectful, which we knew not to be disrespectful. I want to do a vlog about children and respect anyway, but that's a whole other day. But it came to mind about, and this vlog is really more about you guys' comments. What is crossing the line in terms of disciplining your kids? And what is crossing the line? Is crossing the line even hitting your kids nowadays? I know that people talk about spankings today, okay? We ain't get spankings. We got beatings. But today, you can't say beating because there's so many children that have died due to beatings. And there are so many children raised today in fear and in such tragic ways that I don't know. There was a time, my daughter is older now, and she's 27. Yeah, I have a 27-year-old. I always get that. You got a what? But yeah, she's 27 years old, and I can count on one hand the times that I had to put my hand to her backside. Now, I will say that she was a very well-behaved little girl. I mean, she was so good that comparing her to other kids, I always do that. I'm like, oh, my daughter never did that. My daughter never did that. My daughter. And my mother, and at one point, my daughter was like, Ma, you can't keep comparing me to other kids. Like, I wasn't normal, So I was lucky. I got blessed with her. So, but there are a lot of children that are all over the place. So I'm kind of like on the fence now. Like, should we be beating our kids? Do they need the belt thrown out on them? Do they need those legs tapped every so often? Now, it's a very touchy subject because nowadays people, if you're yelling at your kids in the store, they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that. My thing is mind your business. Because I'm not abusive to my kids and you don't know anything about me, you need to mind your business. Now, I will tell you, there have been times that I've been out and I've seen mothers go in on their kids that are so disrespectful that it churns my stomach. And I'm 2 seconds close to saying something, but, it's a fine line. Because nowadays you may have to throw down with somebody if they come out of pocket with you wrong, especially if you're protecting a child. So what is the line in terms of disciplining kids? My grandson, I have spanked his behind on many occasions. And there have been many times that he needed his butt spanked. And there have been many times that I've had to, discipline my nieces or nephews, whatever. And I don't look at it as abuse. But nowadays, it's so weird and it's so, this is one vlog that I feel like I have no answers to. And that's why I'm asking you guys, like, what crosses the line of what you should and shouldn't do in disciplining your kids? I think our kids need to be disciplined with respect. I don't like when parents call their kids stupid. You ain't this, you ain't that. There's just a certain way that you could discipline your children with respect. And I think that a lot of times parents don't understand that your children learn respect through you. So if you're not giving it, they're not living the life of what respect is. So it's hard for them to give that back to you. Sometimes our children reflect who we are as people, and it's not always pretty. But this vlog is really short. I just want to kind of, you know, seeing all these news reports. There's this another child missing. There was a baby missing last week. There's so many stories of children being hurt and abused, and it gets to your heart because you're just like, what in the world is going on in this world today? People are just all over the place. And who is loving these babies? And why are people so rude and horrible towards children? Even sexual abuse. There's this thing going on with this coach and this college football team. Like, there's just so much crap. So I want you guys to write into me about disciplining your kids. How do you discipline your kids? Do you spank your kids? Do your kids get timeouts? My parents didn't do timeouts. You got your ass beat. I just want to say that. And do we talk to our kids more? How are we communicating with our children? So I want to do a follow-up vlog on that next week about communicating with our kids and our expectations of what we are as parents and how that reflects on our children and their behavior. So write into me. Let me know. I love you guys. I will see you back here tomorrow regarding sex and relationships. You never know what I'm going to dig out. So you got to tune in. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.